Greetings everyone, and Great here with another Age of Empires 4 replay. Small on bottom left side as Magenta English, we got JIF Music. Small on top right side as the Cyan House of Lancaster, got Numudan. House of Lancaster is technically supposed to be English variant, but the only thing I can tell that is actually English about it is the fact that his villagers have the short bow capabilities. Other than that, I don't think there's any overlapping things between the two. Which is more than the, what's it called, Knights Templar with the French. I think Knights Templar should just be its own faction, considered, because I don't think there's anything similar between those two. Maybe some infrastructure is still the same, visual indications, but other than that, not sure. When it comes to map generation, got this deer deposit in front for the English, not super great. Other one's in the back corner, while his gold spawned back over here, with another small one over here next to the large stone. Which looks like all of his excess stones over here as well, though he does have two stone deposits here. Cyan's going for Castle Landcaster. No, I don't think I've ever seen a single Lord of Lancaster actually deployed in the field. I have no idea what to do. Versus the Abbey Kings. You know, it's actually been a while since last cast English, haven't I? So we may see, of course, we will see the King. Pretty sure the King is unchanged last time I remember, which is a decent combatant. Nothing too significant though. I still believe the King should be an automatic refresh, resummon cycle like the Khan, if you get the Abbey Kings built. I think that would be a nice little buff to it. Nothing too fantastic, but something that's small and consistent. I mean, the King's not exactly a big combatant either way, and its biggest benefits is just provides a bit of health regen out of combat. And for Cyan, what I probably should mention as well, we do have both his deer deposits spawn in the same direction, along with Pumbaa here. Both gold deposits as well, with a large stone. I think this would be a great expansion direction. His other small stone of gold is way over here and very far forward. This is actually in where a place where even Magenta could expand to, potentially. And this could be a very turtly game, because both these are booms, economic boom civilizations. So, let's see what happens. The first king is now in the build queue, of course. It is a free king, the first one. King me, if you will. You know, it's been a very long time since I last played checkers. I think it was when I was deployed to Kuwait the last time I played checkers. That's what, 8-9 years ago? Yeah, let's just say not necessarily checkers pop up all too often. You have actually a forward town center by both players, which is unusual. This is, of course, a new patch, so maybe the new meta is back to building an expansion town center, which both these civilizations tend to be like, oh, I'm going to focus on, say, farms or on manors. But in this case, neither. This, of course, will secure the stone deposit for more manors around here. I think it's a better idea to put the manors behind the castle. They provide a basic arrow, and you don't want to go for those manors to go down. And the castle itself is effectively a glorified outpost with no garrison space. See, is the king still... Yep, he's still not great. 16 damage, very slow attack speed, 2-2 armor. He is relatively healthy for a heavy cav at this age. But of course, less armor means he's going to take a bit more damage from various range attacks, such as the town center. Oh, another thing that apparently I remember now the Castle Lancaster saves shares with the English is that fact that the town center gets 2 arrows rather than 1. Which is nothing too spectacular. Scout and the king falling on back. My apologies if you hear a bit of thunder outside. Good charge attack there. Doesn't get the kill though. The king's charge attack is 24 damage. Basic attacks are 16. There's a bit of a thunderstorm going on, so you may hear a bit of thunder. And if you see my stream end abruptly, that may be just a bit of a power surge where I'm living at. I've had times where a bit of lightning caused a brief power outage effect, like just for a sheer moment, which is long enough to lose internet access, because the router, of course, will have to take time to refetch everything. Does poke that horse in the butt. These arrows do 8 damage, so we'll do 6 damage per hit against the king. The king can always fall back to the abbey to get some excellent health regen there. Now got a forward white tower, but remember as well, the English keeps, not like the House of Lancaster keeps. English keeps also acts as a production structure for all production structures, so it acts as a barracks, archery range, stable, and siege workshop. So this could allow them to proxy out a trebuchet. I'm thinking proxy trebuchet would be a good idea. King's College being deployed in the field. This course will allow Tammy to go to Kulag and gets the art of early gunpowder, which will not be useful right now. Right now, the English is also known for good heavy infantry with the armored clad, so early gunpowder could actually be pretty decent. Granted, it doesn't have access to early serpentine gunpowder, but still. Also playing a bit of forward wood, so I think he's trying to cut up some wood for a trebuchet. I am wanting to see the trebuchet. The white tower does provide 75% more effectiveness in production, so it's more effective than other keeps, as those other barracks, siege workshops, archery ranges, and stables. King's College now point field gave access to 6 unique research. 1 improves charge damage for Holblers, this cheap cavalry variant, and make them easy to produce in the field. A nice little thing to have, nothing too critical. Knights and Demon Lancers get +5 bonus damage versus heavy units. This is actually some of those nerfs in this patch. It was +6, now +5. Strange enough, I didn't see this research all too often in the games I cast. But it is one that's pretty effective. Actually makes Demon Lancers a bit more worth it their weight. Larger trebuchets give them +2 range, +15 health, so it gives some variation of the Hui Hui Pows. Burgundian Imports gives you access to early hand cannoneers, as well as reduce their cost by 25%, so you effectively get Streltsy as well as early cannoneers. Granted, they don't have it in place, but in place is more of a icing on the cake when it comes to Streltsy. Let's see, and bonus damage by 20%, which is always quite nice. Extra bonus damage means they do a bit more better in their jobs. And most importantly, he can always research Ship of the Crowns, make his ships better. This manor has been set ablaze. Like I said, I think it's better to put the manors behind the castle in order to let the castle take more shots there. But the proxy trebuchets are being quite effective, but now the White Tower's on fire. The nice thing about the White Tower, since it is a landmark, it only requires wood for repairs. Looks like this knight does find some of these villagers, saying good night to them. You can tell by the shadows, it's getting pretty light in the day, so it's definitely going to try to say good night a little bit too early, like that awkward guy in class. Short bows get pretty good volume. The king almost one-shotted him, and the townsman does finish him off there. Got triple proxy trebuchets here. These 2 trebuchets will have trouble counter barrage. This is not Age of Empires 2. And looks like it's going to be siege down the castle. I think it'd be better to siege down the town center first. I think that I will put more value in this secondary town center than this castle, since this castle is a force multiplier, but already eliminated everything it was going to force multiply. Actually, no, he's sieging down the trebuchets. Not exactly effective. The White Tower's taking some damage there. I still believe he should focus on the town center rather than the other trebuchets. Got a lumber mill there. One more lumber mill, but I don't think it really needs. I think the extra lumber mill should be built right there. He has now sieged out the secondary town center. Is now set ablaze. Like this build's coming over to repair it, but I think it will go down quite easily. Yep. One more rock, and there's two. Now got some English knights being established in the field. Now this side's coming for any blacksmith upgrades. In fact, the only side who's gotten for any upgrades apparently is Magenta with ×2 wood gathering rate. Villagers pushing forward, trying to get some better repairs on the keep or castle. The White Tower is now on fire. White Tower goes down. Now the trebuchets will probably be quickly picked off by these knights. The Landcaster castle will stay up. Earning 0 manners on the field. What bad manners. Also, no upgrades as well, so Simon's not really pushing the manners. Probably start eyeing them now. He needs a stone pause to collect up from, like this one here. The castle's still alive, so we can always get some extra proxies, the manners, but we'll have no garrison space nearby. Secondary town center gets garrisoned right here. It'd be a good idea to focus on this one there. Does hit him with a laser shot. I always think people should garrison structures a bit more often. If you're going to use a unit almost instantaneously, and effectively in return does no damage, just throw in a garrison and let it fight out a little bit more with some extra heroes. It always dismounts either way. No killed upon destruction. Like in heroes too, some of its mounted units. Does take out one of those trebuchets there. Secondary town center has gone down. Granted, in that case, there's a bunch of knights versus knights. There's not necessarily a fight they would want to take inside town center, but it's just something I think players should generally still eye, nonetheless, as a possibility. King here can provide some NHS to his other knights. Spearman straight forward, get some damage here. Nice. The king is providing some good health care to his knights, but like with any other quote-unquote free health care system, doesn't necessarily work all too fast. Spearman push right forward. Got a good garrison inside the town center. He has not gotten plus damage, so no extra defense arrows. Though his opponent has not gotten any armor upgrades to cancel out. The king has been killed. The king is dead. Will it be long live the king? Good number of villagers getting hit now. Spearmen now engaging. These are veteran spearmen. It's a great damage on the lancers, or knights. All these knights are quite wounded. What's left of them? Got 8 versus 7 villagers killed, so they got 7 villager kill counts as well. The Abbey King is not being redeployed, so no long live the king. Got the trebuchets sieging down the capital. Decided to replenish this mana count. He has 2 out of 3 right now, and has gotten the condensed, or is researching the condensed land practices. Oh yeah, I had a weird technology cost because the King's College, with also access to all the unique research, does also make all research costs 50% less as a nice little extra bonus. Which I always find it weird how it also affects the research it provides, because you would imagine, like, does that, should that affect itself or not? Because not like it can discount it any other, you can undiscounted research any other else, but still.
Keep that good fettle, Knitas.
So we got a handful of villagers trying to repair up the White Tower. They're going to have a lot of work ahead of them, for them. Repairing at a decent rate. Good escort of spearmen, a bunch of angry men of pointy sticks. English player has not gotten too many gold-based units. He's going for some Vanguard man-at-arms. We're probably going to see, yep, got the early man-at-arms research on the way. It would probably be a good idea when we start seeing the man-at-arms eye for the color of Essus. Does not more than overwhelm the armor fighter from armor clad. Oh, got some Earl's Guards here. They feel they're nice, like if they were playing Call of Duty. Villagers also fire away. Spear, of course, not exactly good villager killers. No textiles have been researched, however. So the villagers are going down. Right now, Magenta does have armor 41, but the value is in favor of Magenta as well. Early man-at-arms are being built. Do now the regular man-at-arms research on the way. Upgrading from early man-at-arms to regular man-at-arms. And with all of the spearmen field, we do also the veteran yeoman research on the way. If he gets enough manners, he probably could go for the Shire Levy to get some more yeomen immediately, which may be a good idea. Won't be a full 9 manners, but a wave of, let's see, 14 yeomen would be quite nice. Each yeoman do cost 95. Let's round up to 100 for easy math. So we'll still be cost effective. Just can be a little bit more cost effective in the future. And just with that color of bees, he can also get additional bonus damage with the Demi Lancers, which are a unit. I still have trouble comprehending how to properly use them. This maybe King told me the best way to use them and make them an anti-armor pool. Because overall, they're just not great. Earl's Guard engaging these forces. Nice against some of these villagers, very nice. Good impalements there on the trebuchet, but the trebuchet does manage to creep away. Probably sending the villager over there to get it repaired would be quite nice. And the White Tower has been fully repaired and now pumping out some battering rams. White Tower now getting smashed by those trebuchets. I wonder, has he got a +2 range? I don't think so. Nope, he has gotten so far no technology from the from the King's College, and this still provides plus the -50% technology cost, which is always nice to have. But he is fighting against a good number of infantry there, so maybe some early hand cannons could be quite nice. Though the military training tax wouldn't be half bad as well. No armor-clad research by the man-at-arms just yet. Gnarl's Guard and the man-at-arms effectively equal at the moment. We do have +2 range armor for House of Lancaster and +1 range damage. Armor-clad just got completed by the English player. But yeah, the man-at-arms have 155 health, 12, 4. The Earl's Guard has 155 health, 12, and 4. With the dagger throw ability. They also have higher mobility as well. And I believe they also cost the same as well. Yeah, they have cost 120 and of course get more damage overall. The Earl's Guards are just straight up improvement to man-at-arms. Dagger throw ability is always nice to have. Dagger throw right now has a range of 6.5 as well, so it's pretty liable to get off as well. It is classified as range damage. I'm not sure if it scales with range. Yep, looks like it does scale with range damage, because after all, I'm pretty sure the dagger throw I saw earlier was 17, right now it says 18, and he has +2 damage now. And those other outlying structures are getting cleaned on up. Nice pursuing these villagers. So interesting, we don't really see Earl's Guard play all too much. They are just straight up an upgrade to man-at-arms by a severe amount. That dagger throw ability, I probably would put a little bit too much weight into it though. But it can get a nice bit of extra damage going, which should be multiplicatively stacked with, like, say, elite army tactics. After all, +2% damage would by... Wait, no, it's now plus... Yeah, it's plus 20% right now, right? I always forget, they keep on changing numbers. Always a plus 15 right now. Either way, could, with all the other bonus damages, would allow them to get a bit more damage going thanks to the unified house as well as more conflictive effect. So let's just assume it's going to be a +5 damage possible total as opposed to man-at-arms, which is quite significant. They do also have higher base movement speed as well, which is actually something that's hard to calculate, but very good. It means it keeps pace with spearmen and, of course, crossbowmen. Yeomen already move even faster, but still, that little extra movement does go a long way. At least make them go a longer way. We do now have the Mustanova Levery 2 Demi-Lancers, so you will get 9 additional Demi-Lancers, along with 2, so 11 Demi-Lancers being put on the field. The weakest of all the heavy cavalry in the game. We got another king in small field, long live the king. I actually do believe Earl's Guard does need a slight nerf. I think a slight cost increase, probably just 5 extra resources, probably a good baseline to start out with. I think, because it's just straight up an upgrade to regular man-at-arms. I'll just increase the gold cost to 25, and that'll probably be a good baseline. Then again, it's something to get that bonus damage, you have to get more keeps in the field, but you can get rewarded by that. The dagger throw is very nice as well in the movement speed, so that's why I think just 5 extra gold costs will be adequate. The Demi-Lancers moving around, they have 150 health at the moment. They have also 9 damage. And 3 armor in the Sage. Ruin Guard House being pulled up by the House of Lancaster. Get access to various banner armies, including one that provides some Demi-Lancers. Magenta's pushed before there. There goes that manor. Oh yeah, if I remember correctly as well, Yeoman got a slight nerf to the elite upgrade, which gets like 1 less damage. Excuse me. Which does get impaled there. Then he has to do the clean up there. That immediately Lancer cleans up that priest. And we do now have age for Sasayan. He's going for the Garrison Commands. Garrison Commands does give him 8 Spear and 1 Earl's Guard at a pretty cheap rate. And now English player is going for his own Warren Guard Palace, which could give him the incredibly powerful Warren Guard Rangers. Which I don't remember what the base range is now. I think they got a slight nerf last time I checked. I think the range is now what? 8.5 rather than 9. We do now have the Padded Jackets increase, equip your Yeomans and Spearmen with Padded Jackets, improving the melee armor by 3. I forgot about that exists. Very nice. And now the English player has aged up as well. We see a good number of spearmen there, which will create give more emphasis onto the Warren Guard Rangers. Going for elite men arms, I'm not a big surprise. Even with the potential bonus influence is heavy, this would be a good idea to go for them. Be a nice durable front line. Well, in that case, that much bonus damage, probably spearmen would be just adequate after all. Similar aspect of the Holy Roman Empire's man arm line, where they get +4 and +2 damage. So effectively, they are going to be spearmen and man arms that offer similar resiliency. Got down about elite crossbow with the English as well. And nothing being pulled out by the Warren Guard Palace. I want to see the Warren Guard Rangers. Don't need Warren Guard Footmen, not fighting against the cavalry. Warren Guard Raiders was a pretty good fast production option. But too many spearmen, I would say, and also got the crossbow as well. The Warren Guard Army, they can always use more spearmen, and does give them 2 crossbow and a free trebuchet boot. Or you get a trebuchet with 2 free crossbow and 2 free spearmen. It's a pretty good item. We're currently going for nothing. Another Garrison Command now being deployed in the field. And Magenta's now called down the mana count down to 2, reminding him what bad manners mean. Siege Workshop now ablaze. Yeah, we have Mounted Spearmen and Crossbone and Yeoman. Warren Guard Rangers. I have a bias towards them either way. They'll just be picked apart by the horsemen. Some of these villagers get hit by these spearmen as well. He does with the Billman upgrade. Which is pushing forward with some mana arms. In this case, this is not going for the bonus damage for heavy. Granted, that only affects the Stabling Lancers and Knights. He doesn't have to worry about his mana arms being countered. Magenta or Sign has more than 4 steers, so these villagers getting poked to death as well. Go for more man arms. Looks like Council of Spell has been detasked. Of course, we do have the Abbey of the Kings here, which does provide excellent health for Gen out of combat. I don't think we see elite army attacks from either player just yet. We do now have the veteran Hoblar, or how to pronounce it. It is the unique horseman, the cheaper but weaker horseman for the House of Lancaster. While just trying to raid villages with it. Nothing these those units will do against these Englishmen aren't, particularly how high armor they can get. Right now they have 5 base melee armor, 6 base range armor, so they can get up to 10, 11 armor this age. Which I think even these guys will have trouble even doing damage even if they are fully upgraded. Magenta's not pushed forward. Run towards on the King's pull leg. That does go down. That should also disable the boss reductions. It does not appear to be. Capital now being set ablaze as well. That'll be 2 landmarks down, 2 more to go. Horsemen being picked on off there. Capital has been destroyed. Just need to pick up the House of Lancaster and the Roaring Guard Palace, which is way back there. Swinging up his forces. Magenta's got a base race situation. Those are trying to clear up the capital. This is the last 2 landmarks there. Science able to get onto these landmarks, mass repair up the Roaring Guard Palace. Even if the villagers, they can throw torches over the villagers, so it doesn't have to worry about some sort of weird stacking issue. Man arms over here. Over here, just the Roaring Guard Palace. Both players' Roaring Guard Palaces are still alive. Magenta's going down quicker. And it was a Magenta wins the base, or lost the base race. Zangrade saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.